Hi, everyone, and welcome to Digital Champions. I'm your host, Charlene Shirk, where we speak to some of the most innovative thinkers in the digital space. And joining us today is Waleed Rashid with Acquita. Thanks so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Tell us what you do at Acquita, and does that name have a specific meaning?
I think it's an interesting creative sort of play on words. In the end, we're a marketing technology company, so you got to be a bit creative. But the original founder of Acquia is actually the creator of the open source technology that is based on Drupal. And I think when they were thinking of names, Acquia is fluid, it flows. 75% of the world, is covered in it. We're made up, but 3/4 of our bodies are water. So I think the whole concept of prevalence, fluidity, adaptation, I think that's what they were going for. And I don't know, maybe there's a Jeff Bezos strategy in there. Start with an A, be at the top of the.
So tell us more about what you do over there while you're flowing around.
Yeah, exactly. As I'm flowing, so I'm based in San Diego, California, and I manage our partnerships and alliances network in the West, and we define that as really anything this side of the Mississippi River. So managing relationships with our systems integration partners and consulting companies to help bring the Acquia solution set to the market.
And what is that solution set that you're bringing to the market?
So Acquia is an interesting beast. We've been around for well over almost 2 decades now, and it initially started as a web content management system. A lot of folks refer to them as CMSs. But it's evolved, and over the course of the last few years, it's become what's commonly known in the industry as a digital experience platform, a DXP. And what a DXP provides is effectively a digital layer for businesses to be able to, and entities, so it doesn't just have to be businesses. Some of our largest clients are educational institutions, state and local governments, the federal government, so on and so forth. But the DXP allows for a layer of interactive digital management of experiences for the consumer, right? And the consumer can be a patient. It could be in for instance, digital health. The consumer can be a brick and mortar retail customer, an e-commerce shopper. And so the idea is to create a sort of ubiquitous, open source, easily manageable, scalable solution with high governance that can provide for enterprise organizations to create digital experiences that make it much more enjoyable for the customer and obviously much more profitable for the business.
Are we talking like a portal? Like when I log on to talk to my medical provider and I go in my portal, those are the experiences that you're talking about?
You're giving a great example. Take it sort of back another sort of dimension, so to speak. Portals are built on the technology that Acquia provides, if that makes sense. So a portal would be one aspect of it. And then maybe, for instance, from a marketing automation standpoint, a SMS confirmation of your appointment, right? That SMS is being sent on the technology that Acquia provides from a sort of marketing and automation standpoint. Simultaneously, if you were to then go to the website and you're trying to search around and find information about maybe your medical provider, for instance, all of the content there and the imagery that's used, even the way that the content is rendered onto the website, maybe based on linguistic preferences, language preferences, or maybe based on geographical variables, all of that is determined and served by Acquia.
And when clients are coming to you, what is the pain point that they're looking for you to solve? What's their big challenge that they need you to address?
And again, the evolution of the digital web, right, runs at breakneck speed, so to speak. And I think with COVID-19 and the adoption of more digital experiences across organizations, we've seen a tremendous increase in the amount of interest from traditionally, brick and mortar, face-to-face organizations and industries hoping to create a more digital experience and trying to bring their customers and their clients and so on and so forth, constituents, right, from a political standpoint, onto to have more of a digital interaction with them. So the pain point I think that most folks recently have been trying to solve for is, okay, everybody's sitting at home. How do we interact with them? And how do we interact with them in meaningful ways that aren't intrusive, that aren't creepy, right? And actually allows for the consumer to be able to feel like, okay, well, I'm getting exactly what I need when I need it, and presented, in a manner that is digestible and consumable. And so that's been a challenge, I think, for a lot of brands historically, and especially after the quarantine era, the new normal, so to speak. Folks have been really interested in creating more digital experience, sort of enriched experiences for the customers. So that's where we come in.
And not a creepy one. Nobody wants a creepy portal, that's for sure.
We try to minimize the creepy factor.
Unless that's what you're about. We're running out of time, but I do want to ask you real quick, when you talk about these digital experiences, and now we've got this big announcement of the meta world, the metasphere, if you will, where do you see that? Where do you see your industry in the digital space evolving in the next couple of years?
Great use of the word evolving, because we truly believe that the web and how Acquia services, the world, is constantly evolving. And when we think of what Meta is anticipating providing, and the investments that they've made to be able to provide that sort of experience to customers, we think of it in terms of the content, right? Like I said, Acquia was originally a web content management system, web CMS, and we don't think that paradigm is going to change. It'll just evolve, and we'll evolve along with it. So we will be the technology, the open source, technology that powers those content experiences and allows for the content interplay and the interaction at the most minute levels to be fluid, scalable, secure, and of course appropriate. So to minimize creepage.
No, a lot less creepy. Well, there's going to be some creep out there, but not from you. Waleed, thanks so much for joining us today on Digital Champions.
Thank you so much, Charlene. Appreciate you having me. Have a great one.
Oh, we loved having you. We loved having you. Learned so much. Thanks so much. And if you'd like to learn more about Acquia, sounds fascinating, and Waleed Rashid is up to there, you can check them out on daily@brief.com. That's going to do it for us on Digital Champions. I'm your host, Charlene Shirk, and we look forward to learning something new with you next time.
Simplify presents Addressable CTV, combining the power of TV with the targeting and attribution of digital. Simplify's Addressable CTV delivers massive reach with the ability to scale without sacrificing precision. TV buyers can generate incremental reach with household-level targeting, frequency controls, reporting, and insights. To learn more about Simplify's Addressable CTV and what it can do for your clients, visit simply.fi.